yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Hello, everybody. It's the witching hour. We are back. It's the Plebian World Tour Season 2. This is round 5. We are here at Road Atlanta. We've got 2 more rounds remaining. This one and one more. Tonight is a 50-minute race. It'll be hard, it'll be arduous, it'll be challenging. This is going to test every driver's patience. We're at the home of Motul Petit Le Mans, which is actually going to be running at the end of the month, if I'm not mistaken. We're at Road Atlanta. Y'all know it for the winding S's, the big sweeping right-hander of turn 1 leads into them. After that, you've got the double right-handers at the bottom. And after that, towards the end of the lap, you've got the mountain of a hill to climb to get over and around after 10A and 10B, the chicane. Yeah, this track is exciting. It's got crazy elevation changes. I absolutely love it. The car feels like it's on rails around here. The only thing to disrupt it has been the curbs and the bumps here that kind of just upset this Audi a little bit too much than I'd like. We're going to jump right into the points this time. We don't have a lot of time. We're facing about 90-second laps per se as Ozzy gives us a flash of the hello. Hey Ozzy, how you doing, brother? Good to see you here today. Here to defend the throne, as I would imagine. Ozzy Wilson is. He's got some good points. Let's see what else he can do. Switching over to Curtis Gregory, but let's talk about our man Penguin. Lobsters indeed. But let's talk about our boy Penguin. But before we get to the Lobsters, who's taken the lead with 78 points, but James Leeder is really close behind. And someone made a very interesting point to me today. They said if you go round for round that James has partaken in, Penguin has beat James on every account. Allegedly. We'll have to go back and look at the data to confirm that claim, but that's an interesting one if I've ever heard it. So I'm excited to see how these next 2 rounds play out, as James Leeder is only a handful of points behind, 15 if I can count on my fingers and toes, in second place with 63. Joseph Chow with 45 points. James is here tonight. Someone said that he wasn't going to be here, but I see him out on track, unless he's got someone subbing, or maybe he's got his dad subbing for him. You never know. But going back, it's Joseph Chow, Conrad Jaworski, and Jordan White neck and neck and neck, 45, 40, 40 for the three of those guys. Ozzie Wilson with 31 points, Pasha Patterson with 31 points, tied right there. The Hillsman with 30 points. Watch out as Pezzolato is not too far behind with 22. Kevin Ospina in the middle of that friendship sandwich with 27 points. And who else here? That'll do it for page 1. Headed over to page 2. Martin leading the charge in 11th place, holding on to 21 points. Good Neighbor with 19. I don't think his results have been indicative of his performance. Excuse me. Not running here tonight yet. Hopefully he shows up because he's due for some good points. And I think Road Atlanta is where the grid will get shaken down, maybe. After the Good Neighbor, we have Kurt Moss with 18 points, Joel Dallas with 16 points, Brett Zumina in 15th with 14 points. And we've got the Smoke Man himself in 16 with 13 points. Brandon Williams with in 17th place, with 12 points. VKR, the latecomer, with 11 points. Tristan Blizzard with 7. Dejas Monroe with 4. Xavier T with 4 in 21. Excuse me, I gotta turn the page. Ding. We go over to Xavier T. Fagan and Corey Robbins with 2 points. Corey not hanging out with us tonight. He is on the lobster hunt. He can't get away from the boat. The seas are calling him. The waves are rocking, so we're not going to go knocking on his door. We wish you the best, Corey, and good luck out there on the hunt. And make sure you pay back the bank first and foremost. We don't want any debt collectors coming after the assets here at Plebian Racing, obviously. Qualifying is now substantially underway at this point as we see Joseph Chow parked over at 10A and 10B in between them. Conrad Jaworski pulling away with a 26.5. That's going to be one of the fastest laps I think we'll see tonight. I don't think anybody else will nearly get into the 26s unless James has done a significant amount of practice leading up to this. But knowing him, I doubt he's had the time or the availability to do so. I think that's Corey telling us the bank's been paid, man. No debt attached to those boats, he says. The holes are his. Looks like Pasha got his lap in just there, 129.5. He's got to know that there's more pace in that. Everybody rocking the hards, which is interesting. You'd expect these people on the mediums as Hulsman proves it and goes faster, 128.5. That's a little bit closer, but look how close these guys are. Excuse me, these guys are 128.5 from Martin, 128.5 from Hulsman, 128.5 from Penguin right now, 128.6 from James Leeder. I think this is going to be the common ground everybody's going to be fighting for. Ozzie Wilson in the 28.2s. He's got to be able to get into the 27s, I can only imagine. Whether or not he's done the practice, I'm not sure, but I'm sure he's got the pace to get up here. Pasha Patterson not having a great showing. Oh, sorry. Hit the wrong button, folks. I apologize. I'm the worst producer ever. Not having a great showing, if I remember correctly, last time out. Oh, thank you very much for that. Of course, we were on the championship screen still. I like to pretend like I don't know what I'm doing sometimes to make everybody else feel better. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. 28.0 coming out from Penguin. That's pretty good. Ozzie's got to be threatened by that as he comes up and over the Motul Hill towards 8 and 9 and down the hill towards turn 10A. And this car is just so amazing here. we are going to take a minute to ride on board with Penguin. I think is going to be on another good lap here. So let's see if we can get a look at what he's up to on this onboard. I'm going to try to walk us through a lap. I'm not going to be doing as good as Luke Baumeister normally does for us. But, oh, as he pulls off and ruins my explanation. Thanks for that, buddy. As Dave Martin takes us through turn 1, a little early on the throttle, can't get it on it completely on the exit curbing. On the entrance to the S's, sends it over the curb. Gets on the throttle super early through the S's. He's away. That's the way it's done. On his way to the bottom of the hill. That's 5. On his way to 6 now. Nice entry through 6. And is he going to trail brake? And how much is he going to stay off the throttle? Not even off the throttle. Slowed down well enough to get on it. Closer to the apex than I ever was. And away he goes. Down into 8. Up the hill. Over 9. Someone indeed tell James the mediums are poop. Oh, someone did. He's on the hards. He's got a 28.2 in him. There you go. Through the chicane. Misses the first apex. Gets it collected for the second. Up and over that crest of 11 through 12. Good stuff. Penguin with the 27.9. I didn't even see that. Hulsman with a 27.9. That's huge. This is gonna be tight. The packs are getting closer and closer towards the front. Somewhat threatening Jaworski here for this 50-minute race. Interesting to think what the strategies can possibly be. I think most people are going to want to stay out as long as possible on the same set of tires because passing traffic is going to be a nightmare. Oh, as Hulsman goes off and throws away that lap. Plenty of time to still get it done. 10 minutes on the clock. There's no shortages of chances yet. Jaworski going purple again through. Well, he was going purple through sector 2 before he teleported towards the pits. My blunder. Who else is out there? Ozzy's going faster on his own, but he's gone to the pits now. I really do enjoy this track a lot. I think it's just amazing. It's got everything you could ask for. It's got some slow sections, it's got some high speed turns, it's got some blind apexes you've got to fully commit to. And it's only 90 seconds. That's the amazing thing. For one of these cars to make it through it in 90 seconds is somewhat amazing. So those prototypes must just be blazing around here, closer to the 111s, I can only imagine. Conrad now getting ready to set a lap. He's going to keep trying to go any faster than he has been. Hulsman throws out the 27.9. All right. Well, no, they've held on to those. Is Ozzy going to keep driving or no? He looks like he might have given up. Parked it in the pits. James Leeder's still out there, though. Driving away. Going faster than his personal best through Sector 1, it looks like. 27-1. James's best being a 128-1 for now. Threw it away in Sector 2 and Sector 3, unfortunate for him, as he goes wide through T1. And that's not going to be the way that he wants to get this done. Is he going to keep on track with those tires? I think so. Oh, he keeps on track and tries to keep a hold of that bull. Brings the reins in and keeps on going. Who's that behind him that got a whiff of that? That's Penguin. Penguin, Chow, and Patterson. Maybe not getting the curves out for qualifying, but they're definitely trying to get a little bit of the slipstream. Joseph Chow in the thick thighs save lives liveried car. And funny too, because Joseph Chow and Pasha Patterson are actually fighting for 8th and 9th place right now, and also on track adjacent to each other. Joseph Chow keeps on giving that draft to Pasha. He might want to dip away from this for a minute, but he can get a clean lap, but he's also getting it from Penguin up ahead, so get what you give. Oh, as Joseph cuts it over at turn 2, has to abandon the lap, and so does Pasha after that. That was not the way you wanted that to end, and hopefully that's not the way it ends on track when it happens the same way. When those two guys are glued to each other. But Pasha, excuse me, after that lap, he was getting towed around from Joseph Chow, threw up a 28 flat. So Pasha had no problem abandoning that. Mission accomplished. See you later, Joseph. He didn't need to stick around for that anymore, that's for sure. Wowza. Joseph must be sweating a little bit, I would say, at least, because he hasn't had an opportunity to set his best. Who did the work? Wow, looks like the best up ahead is going to be the 27-9 to combat Javarski. I don't see anybody else being able to challenge him unless Javarski runs into some trouble. And in this 50-minute race where he will have to make his way through lap traffic, he might get some. Joseph abandoning that again on the esports line, as the spectators have called it. He throws up a plume of smoke in frustration in the pits, tries to get out for 2 more. 1:45, excuse me, left on the clock. Pasha goes out again. He comes over 10A right now. Excuse me, that's 11, 12 now. Coming around through T1. Nice and tidy. Not going all the way out to the curb. It's probably going to set himself up for T2 here. Over the top and drifting through T2. Gets it collected for T3. Down we go through the S's. Out through 5. Didn't go all the way out again on top of that curve. Maybe there's something there to losing time. Nice turn in through 6 and into 7. Super late on the brakes, on the throttle, almost out to the dirt. That's the way you push. And Pasha heads over the hill towards 9. What does Pasha have left in the tank? Will it be any better than what he's set before? I don't think so. Who else is out there challenging? James Leeder's out there, potentially going to go faster than his previous. Gone faster through Sector 1 than he has before. His personal best. Let's see if he can keep it together at the end of Sector 2. Brandon Williams jumping ahead into P9 with a 128.411. Feisty. Everybody's jumbling for position in the final minutes of qualifying. Can't keep track of it all. It's like Penguin P2, Hulsman 3. Where is James Leeder going to fall in as he goes wide at 12? Sparks flying out from the skid plate. He only jumps up one position into P7, bumping down Adrian Pezzolato down to 8th. With a 128.1, he was able to accomplish that. Look at how tight that is from 4th all the way back to 13th. These boys are all within a second of each other. Wow. Even more so. Phew, second. No, is that correct? No. Only can go that far. Absolutely insane. James Leeder going to be the last of the people, I think, able to set a lap is Brandon Williams. We got to snap to him. Nope, he's done. Pezzolato's still out there. I think Dave Martin's got to be pushing a little bit. We're going to get something done. Is Jordan White still out there? He's not. Who else? Joseph Chow, Smoke Man, potentially. Just got to the line in time. And nope, that's it for him. Provisional qualify. Oh. Penguin will be back, I can only imagine. So we're going to hold off on the qualifying order until the tower gets corrected. Hey, what's going on, Ozzy? What's going on, Juanito? ¿Qué pasa? All right, here we go, everybody. Doing the quality shakedown. Let's get going. We've got Kevin Jaworski in P1 in the 04. Let's see if we can do this right and proper. There we go. We got Conrad Jaworski in P1 in the 04 gray stock liveried car. Penguin in P2 in the 75 with a 127.9. Evan Hulsman on the second row, 127.9. In third, Ozzie Wilson with a showstopper, 128.0. But hold your breath, folks, because it is tighter than a pack of gum here at Plebian Racing. These guys are sandwiched between each other. Not even a tenth. Well, excuse me. Not even a tenth separating them. I was right about that. Pasha Patterson, 200ths behind in P5. Going to be threatening Ozzie Wilson himself. You got it now, Ozzie. Now that you said that, you've got it. You've got my holy curse. Not the holy blessing. I apologize. What else? How did Dave Martin get a 127.9? That's not right. Pasha Patterson, James Leeder, Martin was somewhere else. Did Dave Martin really get a 127.9? How did that come in so late? How did that come in so late? Is that correct? Conrad Jaworski, Penguin in P2, Dave Martin in P3, Evan and Hulsman in P4 apparently. Ozzy Wilson in 5, Pasha in 6th, James Leeder in 7th, Adrian Pezzolato in 8th, Brandon Williams in 9th, Jordan White in 10th, Joseph Chow in 11th, Curtis Gregory in 12th, Kevin Ospina 13th, Smokeman 14, Nico in 15th, Rookie Fagan 16th, and I'm in the transit van hanging out in the back, Plebian style. But did Martin really get that lap in? I don't understand how he did that. I hope everybody else saw that come in. Because it just snuck in at the last second. It actually wasn't even at the last second. It snuck in at the end of the session. I'm a little deceived. Hold on. Let's grab the hacker himself.
Have we heard anything? Oh, hello.
Are you hacking?
They credit everything to James and Luke. Oh, like their coaching, they explained how to get the car to use maximum grip in a corner.
Are you hacking? When did you
I don't know.
When did you do that? When did you do that? The 29. When did you do that?
Last lap of qualifying.
What did that?
Last lap of qualifying.
What is this? What is this? I don't even know what to say. Get out of here.
Dude,
Get out of here. We don't even want to talk to this. We don't even bring aliens in this lobby anymore. We don't do that here at Plebian Racing. Here at Plebian Racing, we don't endorse aliens. Promptly remove you from the lobby for shit like that. Oh, God, what are we gonna do? Our fearless leader has gone alien. Oh God, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen to the organization, folks. I don't know how much longer we're going to stick around. The sponsors are going to stop coming in, that's for sure. I don't know. I think I should actually be mostly upset regarding the fact that you've given me a couple hints on streaming. I'm not on streaming, on racing. And I haven't gotten to alien status, so I don't know. I don't know. Either that's indicative that I'm crap, or your instructing has gotten better and you haven't helped me out. So I'm a little upset right now, but we'll find out. You know what? I'm gonna bet that Dave is going to throw it away in under. I'm kidding. We won't say that. We won't say that. As Curtis Gregory has already hit his push to pass and deployed his current, as on the cooldown as he sits on pit row down to 15. Poor guy. As the lights are on now. Away we go on our way into turn 1 here at Road Atlanta, finishing off round 5. 50 minutes remaining into turn 1. Looks nice and clean. I hope it is. Conrad going super wide, losing out to Penguin immediately. And Dave Martin taking advantage of that, not waiting a second as the grid through gets through turn 2 just fine. As Jordan White and Brendan Williams are going side by side. Jordan White taking to the grass to avoid the side by side through the S's. I think that was a smart move to go with. Everybody using as much track as possible until you get down to the end. Ospina and Nico trickling in. Hulsman going side by side with Ozzy Wilson trying to defend. Holding on to P4 right now as James Leeder is forced to go side by side through 7 with Joseph Chow. Up the hill towards 9 they go. Swapping that back. Who's on the push to pass? Chowman's cooling down. James Leader's holding on to the reserve. Dave Martin up ahead. threatening Kevin Jaworski on the outside, switching to the inside on the bus stop of 10A. There's contact side by side, a door bang, and away goes the chances of Dave Martin finishing on the podium tonight. Unfortunately, that didn't work out the way we wanted, and you know I hate using that phrase, but that is not the way we wanted that battle to end between the two of them. Looks like two forces just came together and the real estate wasn't there for the two of them. Pasha Patterson now into 4th place. I'm sure he's happy about that after qualifying a little further down the order. Where did Pasha qualify? I can't quite remember, but he's got to be good about this. Let's switch over to the gaps very quickly and make sure that no one's about to fight for a position, as these guys are all super single file coming down the back straight here. Ooh, James Leeder looking to threaten Joseph Chow on the entrance of the chicane. Push to passes are away and deployed. The 13 is ahead, dragging Ozzie Wilson into this battle too. Joseph's not going to be happy about losing out twice on this run, but he's gonna know how to retaliate shortly. As the tower settles down and falls back into its rightful place, Penguin in P1, Jaworski P2, Patterson 4, Hulsman 3rd, Joseph Chow trying to battle against James Leeder, Ozzie Wilson for 6th and 7th. Brandon Williams wanting a taste of the action now after seeing everybody else slowed down, but don't hold out. There's still action behind. Curtis Gregory is the cork in the bottle, holding up Jordan White, who's holding up Kevin Ospina, who you know's got the pace to be up at the front. And the Smoke Man, Rookie Fagan, and Dave Martin trying to make his recovery drive a reality, as Jordan White goes side by side with Ospina, trying to make a move so that he can get around that cork we talked about earlier of Curtis Gregory. It's a challenging place to make a move stick here at Road Atlanta, so I know you can only wait so long behind someone who's being patient trying to make a move. And speaking of moves to be made, Jaworski is looking to threaten Penguin for P1 now. Or will he hold on and possibly do a little bit of fuel saving going into the future? I'm distracted by Pasha qualified P6 for memory. Right on. So Pasha's got to be happy with this. P4 right now. 129.1. He's done it, swooped up by Pezzolato as Jaworski looks to the inside. Penguin reacts in a little twitch. He had the space. He didn't have to go back, but makes another little move back, but that's where Jaworski had it done. And he loses out there at the top of the hill. That's turn 2. That's going to throw him back into the clutches of Hulsman, and by him, I mean Penguin. And look at Patterson go on Pezzolato. He has done a lot of work to catch up to this, and around the outside of 6, on their way to 7. No, backs out of it, trail breaking in, gets the rear spun up a little bit too much, I think. And he's pushing up the mountain. The Motul Hill is what I'm calling it from now on. Not quite close enough to threaten at the entrance of 10A. James Leeder's fallen back down from Brandon Williams and Joseph Chow somehow. But Jordan White and Kevin Ospina and Smoke still going at it 3, almost wide into the chicane. Jordan looking to make the switch back, but it just wasn't quite there with the speed. Taking the alternate 9 through 11, trying to go to the inside of 12. Tucks in single file. You need a little push to pass to make a move like that work. He's not on it yet. Under threat from Smoke. This isn't going to help his charge up to Ospina, that's for sure. And Smoke gets it done. A little lock up on the brakes. Does fly, Smoke flying into the air. Smoke, the actual Smoke, not Smoke the man. Snapping back to the Hulsman and Penguin as Pasha goes wide and into the gravel at the exit of 5. Oh, someone's gone off. That's Brandon Williams sideways at the exit of 5. Possibly hit the curbing on the exit. Round he went onto the grass and to the back of the order he goes. Not too much damage as long as he doesn't make contact with the wall, but watch the rejoin. As James Leeder gets around, James Leeder must have had a big oomph of a moment. Don't know what happened there. As he's back at the back of the pack. Possibly has taken his pit already to try to get out of that battle. I'm not quite sure. 0 for... Oh, he did take a pit, it looks like. Maybe, and I think Dave Martin also took a pit. Okay. Things are getting interesting here. As Smoke gets around Jordan White there. Distracted by the timing. Oh no, Jordan White's having a moment. He's got substantial damage to the hood of his car. Oh god. His glass is absolutely wrecked. Huge wreck along the front straight, I can only imagine. Force him to be back here. Holding on the best he can. Curtis Gregory is not going to be super patient with Dave Martin right behind these guys. Is Dave Martin a lap down too? He is a lap down. Dave Martin's actually trying to get his lap back. He did. Jordan White being a nice guy and letting him get that lap back, but I don't think he mentioned to everybody that, by the way, I had taken a pit. That's why I'm trying to get that lap back on you. Cheeky as Jordan White dives into the pits to repair that damage that he has. Stepping back up ahead to Hulsman now. Hulsman making a good charge right now for P3, but dun dun dun, Pezzolato is right behind him. Pezzolato, his buddy, is only 2 seconds back. A little mistake from Hulsman might get him to go see his friend one more time. A little mistake at the pit could be the mistake that we need to see these two friends reunited here on track. Have another showstopper of a race. Ozzie Wilson with a little bit of front end damage, it looks like. A nice liveried Red Bull car, the number 86. Taking a look at Pezzolato, the man we were just talking about. He's chasing down Hulsman, just 0.3 back. Everybody's seemingly being patient for now. He's finally settling down. 20 minutes into this race have trickled by. Excuse me, 10 minutes of this race have trickled by. And as I say, settling down, Ozzie Wilson closes the gap down on Pezzolato and potentially wants to make a move, but Ricky Fagan and James Leeder are going side by side down the hill towards 10A. James Leeder definitely got that move done, and across the nose of Ricky Fagan he goes. That'll be it for the 404 rookie. Ozzie Wilson nose to tail. through 6. Ozzie Wilson peeking on the inside. Not going to make that move, but just wanted to see if you can get a reaction. As a Pezzolato. Pezzolato cold as ice, not flinching to a move like that. Holding on the exit of 7. Up the hill, Brandon Williams gone red. Brandon Williams has parked it seems. Connecting from the server. Oh! Ozzie Wilson and Adrian Pezzolato switching back up the hill. Ozzie Wilson with the push to pass, making that work. Sorry for the distraction from Brendan Williams. Conrad Jaworski with the fastest lap of the race, the 127.7. Leading the field and driving away from Penguin and, Adrian Pezzolato on the outside of turn 1 can't respond to what Ozzie Wilson's been putting out through 12. Ooh, this is going to be a back and forth. I can smell it here. But this isn't going to help their chances of catching up to Hulsman at the front. Nobody else seems to be as close as these two right now, and the gap has only gotten bigger after the move's gotten done. Take a look at what Joseph Chow's up to. Almost a replica situation. Just a few seconds behind the action up ahead. That is including Ozzie Wilson and Pezzolato. Nico into the pits he goes. Taking his mandatory for the night. Giving up a position to Jordan White. Interesting that the times keep fluctuating a little bit. Last lap and best laps fluctuating by a lot, close to a second versus from a good lap to from a best lap to a race lap, I should even say. For example, Hulsman last lap around 29 flatness. Best of 28.3 this session alone. James Leeder, Curtis Gregory, Rookie, Fagan, and Smoke all having some action. Smoke coming out of the pits now. Smoke through the pits. He went Jordan White. That's Dave Martin as well. And Nico all serving their mandatories. James Leeder also took his pit in 9th place, so expect him to make his way up through the field. Anything that he makes up on track will be a net gain, and plus anything after that will be a net profit, because he's still got people up at just slightly up ahead of him. Still gonna lose that on the pits. Oh no! Oh no, did I? Oh, someone fire this guy. Someone fire this guy. Absolutely despicable. Absolutely despicable. Who would do such a thing? Thank you for letting me know. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Hopefully it's edited now as Pezzolato charges up behind Ozzie Wilson. Closing that back down to half a second to right to where they were before. Attached at the hip, the two of them. Bumper to bumper. Right on, right on. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Not really a fan of the hood cam like that. You let me know if you want to see that. Not typically my cup of tea. 28's finally coming out. 28.5 from Hulsman. Must have just been an error before. I was able to slow down like that. And the 29's for him, but that gap definitely slowed down. Came down on Ozzy. Oh my god, my words are escaping me. Mine turned to mush. I have my afternoon coffee is what it is. Been a long day here at Plebian Racing, folks. Days been full of excitement. Streaming and nights on the high days on the high seas. Joseph Chow still threatening Pasha Patterson as Pasha goes wide again at 5, losing out again. Almost a replica of something we saw him do earlier. Oh, it's super deep and almost in the derriere of Joseph Chow. He was on the push to pass, so you know he was carrying a bit more speed than he expected there. Not intentional at all, just a little bit more speed carrying that Curve's 20 horsepower deployment. Joseph Chow breaking away. He pushed it on the exit of 7. That carried it all the way up and down this back straight. Patterson, unfortunately, was on the cooldown, and that's going to leave him 1.2 seconds behind now. Thoughtfully deployed, that's for sure. .32 minutes left on the clock. Kevin Ospina goes red through 10A. That's the chicane. In 8th place, that's James Leeder right behind. Definitely letting off the gas to make sure that didn't end in a crisis. Through 12, he's carrying a lot more speed, threatening on the straight. Kevin can't retaliate now. James tucks back in, maybe didn't carry enough speed through 12 to make it happen, but now up the hill towards 1. Kevin trying to block it off, gets it secured for now over the curb, a little sideways, keeping James Leeder behind for a second. Down the hill through 3 and 4 and 5. On the exit curbing now. James Leeder not quite as much onto the exit curbing. That'll allow him to keep a little bit more speed, I think, on Ospina. Not enough on the entrance to 6 now. Ricky Fagan and Jordan White into the pits now. Ricky Fagan into the pits. Jordan White securing another position. Snapping ahead to Ozzy Wilson and Pezzolato. No, that's Hulsman up ahead. Hulsman must have had a moment to allow Ozzy Wilson to catch back up. Too bad Pezzolato didn't get dragged along in all this. Still held his ground right where we left him last. The Ozzy's now trying to make a move on Pezzolato. James Leeder and Ospina going at it, same place, same time at the exit of 10A. 10B, excuse me, right where they met last lap through 12. Will James make the same mistake? No, onto the curbing this time. That's what's going to slow him down. He won't carry in as much speed as he did last time through turn 1. And as I say that, through turn 1, he goes and into turn 2 on the inside, goes over the curb first and holds his ground. Ozzy Wilson only 1.5 tenths side by side over the Motul Hill. They go towards 10A. That's Ozzy a nose ahead on the cooldown of the push to pass. Hulsman trying to retaliate in any way he can. Pezzolato's got to be giving Hulsman a ton of crap for this right now, as he's just gonna close down behind. Ozzy Wilson has the move done. Pezzolato 3 seconds back from this battle. Let's take a look at the Ospina James Leeder action going on back here for 9th and 8th provisionally. James Leeder's already made that pit, so he has a lot of ground he can make up with the pitters in front. James Leeder is the first of the pitters right now, so everything else will be a net profit, like I said earlier. Ospina not quite able to keep up with James Leeder right there. That's a little bit slower. comparison. Best lap, a 28.3 from Ospina. James Leeder with a 28.3 also. It's neck and neck for these guys. Best pace last laps around 29.8 and 29.2. James Leeder snaking away just a hair there when he made the move happen. Kevin's definitely not giving up yet. He wants to get this done on James Leeder back as Rookie Fagan and Curtis Gregory swap positions at the entrance of 10A. This is what we talked about, folks. This is what we saw. Penguin now coming across lap traffic, has to navigate it carefully. Navigating traffic in a poor way here with not a lot of runoff can be catastrophic for your race. Good Lord. Oh, God. If only you were here, Luke. Oh, Kevin Ospina throws it away into the chicane, opening up the gap. That's 2 seconds now. James Leeder is going to be able to drive away from this, barring any mistakes. The last half of the race. Are you really here all week? Because you might need to go to Chicago, Detroit, or New York, or oh, who's that going to the runoff up ahead? That's Nico. That is Nico getting out of the way of the likes of Martin as he goes a little sideways. Wowza. Little sideways, I should say, through exit 5. Pushing pretty darn hard, as I know he's got to make up a lot of positions. There he goes again. Nico getting out of the way for the guys behind. James Leeder making his way back up. Ozzie Wilson now with the fastest lap of 1:27.3. That's fastest out of anybody, by the way. Back on board with Dave Martin, Mr. Push. Asha Patterson sitting in this little pocket with Joseph Chow here for the past 20 minutes, it feels like. Just hanging back as he goes wide again. That's got to be the third time he's done that. Makes up the time to Joseph Chow and throws a little bit of a way right there as Kevin Ospina is now into the pits out of 9th place. That battle with James Leeder not going well. Let's see where he falls. Cycle. Jordan White having a moment. I think he's at the exit of, I can't quite tell, turn 1 up the hill towards turn 2, I'm thinking. Boy, he's right on the apex as Penguin's trying to make his way through. Hulsman's now into the pits, it looks like, and Patterson also into the pits. That'll be their final running order. Look at the field all bunched up on the track map. You can see who's on top of who. We're on board with Jordan White. So that's Penguin, Jordan, Ozzie, and Curtis Gregory all in a line. So nobody's quite in the correct, proper running order right now. Hope everybody's got their HUDs up properly and they know who's fighting for position and who's fighting for, blue flags, I guess. Ozzy Wilson's got to get his way around Jordan White quickly without too much delay. Penguin's right in front of him, only 1.5 seconds. Oh, as Ozzy Wilson dives into the pits now, not wanting to lose out any time to Jordan White. Quickly gets that done. This is gonna be interesting. Let's keep on. I'm gonna keep looking at the leaderboard now in live timing. Trying to keep track of who's doing what and who's where and who's the first of the pitters. As Joseph Chow is also in now from 4th place. Only taking the splash and dash. Joseph Chow, is that right? Hit it, quit it, and out he went. Out in front of even Ozzy Wilson, who was one of the front runners here. Joseph Chow getting it done sneaky style at 22 minutes left. Wowza, can he hold on with 8 push passes remaining? Joseph Chow's in 3rd place right now of the pitters. Wow, wow, wow. What a ton of time he's been able to make up. Pasha Patterson also jumping Ozzy Wilson. Ozzy must have had something go wrong in the pit cycle or tires. Oh, some people are on the mediums though. Not particularly set up for success if I think the data I was said before this race to be true. That the hard tire was the way to go. We're looking at Adrian Pezzolato right now. And he's not doing much, no offense. Let's see what Jaworski's up to. Driving all by himself, coming up behind. That's got to be Kevin Ospina. Yep. Joseph Chow and Patterson, that gap has opened up a little bit. 1.8 seconds now. As Pasha pushes it to the limit. A little squirrely at the top of the hill there. Elevation change in that crest, just unbalancing the car just a little bit. A lot of fun to just send it there. See what the overall progress people have made has been so far, as Pezzolato's now in the pits and tumbles down a few spots, I believe, falling into his rightful order. Who else hasn't pit? So Conrad, Jaworski, and Penguin are the only people that haven't pit yet. For Heelsman to come out of the pits to verify he is where he's supposed to be. That's correct. So Jaworski, no gain. Penguin, no gain. Heelsman 1, Leeder 3 spots, doing great after that early pit cycle of his. Pezzolato up 3, Joseph Chow up 5. Got to be thrilled about that as he goes wide through 5. And it's compromised to Pasha now. He's been patiently waiting to make this move. Oh my God, with 20 minutes left, will Pasha be any more patient? Onto the curb he goes, going to the inside. There was enough room, but trying to be a little bit more cautious than most. Make sure he avoided that. Penguin now in the pit himself. Jaworski coming up to his, maybe. Pasha still threatening. Side by side on their way to 10. On the outside, squeezes Joseph Chow on the inside, chops his nose clean off, and there's contact, folks, at 10A. Joseph Chow's not going to be happy about that. He was alongside, bumps him in the rump. Over the crest of 12 onto that curbing. You saw him turn into a bicycle. He's driving with his heart on his sleeve now. Fuel in the belly. Fire is there too. Pasha's feeling the pressure. Goes to the curb of 1. Pushes hard on the way up the hill. Over the curb, not getting it sideways as he usually does. Holding onto the tires for a little bit longer. He's got 17 minutes left. Joseph Chow holding off on the throttle, knowing he didn't quite have as much grip there. Up the hill, Joseph Chow losing out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I must have missed the action. Distracted. I apologize. There's more action up ahead. I was trying to figure out what was going on with Dave Martin. I think that's Pezzolato right in front. Or Heelsman, same liveried car. That's Pezzolato in front. I was trying to figure out what was going on with them. So things pop up with a live timing. Nothing going on there. See what Pasha's view looks like. He's looking at the rear end of Martin. Not necessarily someone he needs to get by right now, but needs to start preparing for it. Well, maybe not, as Pasha's best lap is in the 28s. Martin's are in the 27s, but his last was the 29. So it might get hairy. James Leeder might be going for that sneaky podium again. Who knows? As Dave Martin's trying to make a move on someone he's trying to unlap himself on through turn 1. If I'm not mistaken, that's Pezzolato he went side by side with through turn 1, backs out of it to Pasha, lets him get around him. Pezzolato is not quite catching up to James Leeder, but still trying to hold on as Ozzie Wilson had a moment. Excuse me, Joseph Chow having a moment and losing out to Ozzie Wilson. Not sure what happened there. Quickly it happened and flashed before my eyes, and Joseph Chow loses the position. Pasha Patterson, who'd have thought he'd be threatening for a P5 and above here. Mr. Consistency, as always, should have been expected, I say. Now threatening, Pezzolato with only 3 push-to-passes remaining is going to turn into a sitting duck sooner rather than later. Pasha with 9 remaining, tactfully keeping hold of his. Till the end, almost had enough room on the outside entry to turn 1. Holds off as Pezzolato holds the center line. 2 tenths back now. Tight racing. A little kerfunkel with Dave Martin threw a curveball at Pezzolato and back into the clutches of Patterson. That's going to be a paddle in later from Pezzolato to Martin. Fighting for that P1. Fighting through turn 1. Super close through 7. Held off a little bit. Mr. James Leeder within a second of Hulsman. That'll keep coming down quickly. What's Pasha up to? Trying to make a move. Onto the grass he goes. Hulsman trying to push him there. Not giving up his ground. Getting blocked off a little bit. Onto the curbing. Has the preferred line. Can he go for a switchback? Hulsman parking it perfectly on the apex. The real estate that Pasha needs to grab onto was just sold. Evan Hulsman picking it up for the low price and holding on to the lead. Pasha making a move on the inside. No, just a glance. Threatening Hulsman's confidence. But no, Pasha having a moment when he returned to the racing line, disturbed the balance of the car and loses out in turn 1. That's going to be more time he has to make up. Dave Martin, we saw him not be patient before. Is he going to give up the position to Ozzy and allow him to get into this three-way battle? Or is he going to try to make one over on Patterson now? As he's on that recovery drive still. Patterson almost doing it to himself, pushing wide onto the exit curbing and almost touched the sand. You heard it in our ears, a little flick into the air. James Leeder, 3/10, 2/10 on Hulsman on the push to pass now. Up the hill out of 7 through 8, 9, 10. Here we go. James, a car length ahead, has it done on Hulsman, holding on to the bronze trophy for now. Don't fill it up with champagne yet. Hulsman's gonna have a response. 10 push to passes, a few more than Leeder. He knows he can push 1 every minute that's remaining, and James Leeder doesn't have that same opportunity. We saw it work out to someone's advantage before on that back straight. Turns about into a 3/10 when used tactfully. Patterson's still within touching distance of Pezzolato. Don't throw him out yet. Oh, Dave Martin turns that car into a bicycle. We don't see him back on track for a moment. He is back in driving. Okay. Ozzy Wilson side by side with Pasha. A little contact when Pasha was rejoining the track. That upset his car quite a bit, and he loses out on the position, and maybe 2, as Joseph Chow still close by. Nope, doesn't lose out to Joseph Chow as well, but did lose out to Ozzy Wilson. Side by side up ahead. Who's that? What's going on? That's rookie Fagan giving up a position to, I think that's Adrian Pezzolato. It is Adrian Pezzolato getting around the lap traffic of rookie Fagan. Nice and tidy. Great job by the back markers as far as I could see. Staying out of the way, keeping it clean. I haven't seen anything to complain about just yet, so I'm going to give out my thanks for that. One less thing I have to worry about commentating about is explanation about how a back marker took out a race leader. Shows that we might be professionals here at Plebian Racing. Not the broadcast, but everybody else is more professional. Yeah, I think I meant what I said. Ozzy Wilson now giving it a chance at Pezzolato. Pezzolato seeing a lot of action here tonight, not for the right reasons. I feel like he's been in big defense mode. off the tries of everybody. And speaking of tries, Ozzie Wilson's going to give it a go this time on the outside, side by side. Down the back, straight on the outside as that spot gets squeezed. Pezzolato giving him the old Pasha treatment there on the straight. Through the chicane. This is nice stuff. Pezzolato trying to tuck back in as Ozzie Wilson runs a little wide and in front of Pezzolato. Keeping an eye back here on the Ospina-Jordan White battle. 4 on the push to passes for each of them. Really interesting on what they can do for the last 7 minutes of this race. Jordan White missing the apex of 7, going a little wide there. Not exactly the preferred line. He was just watching Ospina a little too closely, or looking into his mirror because he sees that Penguin's there. White trying to hold his line, goes to the inside, lets off the throttle to let Penguin by and not lose out too much. He's hoping that Kevin won't be so lucky and loses out by losing more time when Penguin makes his move around. Smart play, Jordan White, smart play. Give a little now, hope he loses a lot later. I'll buy that. Oh, and there it is. Kevin Ospina looks in the mirror through turn 1. That's Penguin making his way through and onto the grass on the exit. Ospina goes, and now Jordan White and Ospina are nose to tail. Right? Exactly what Jordan White needed to happen. Played that perfectly. Asha Patterson having to fight Dave Martin for track position as they make their around the lap track of rookie Fagan. Dave Martin staying ahead narrowly as Asha tucks in behind. Figures that's not a battle worth fighting for. P7 seems somewhat secured for him, barring any major mistakes, as Jordan White is side by side with Kevin Ospina again. Down the back straight, through 10A, filing in single file, almost over the curb. Now they are. Over the hill, on through 11 and 12. On the front straight, Jordan White and Kevin Ospina are tied for their push to passes remaining in almost identical lap times. Just a few tenths being swapped back between these guys. They are glued to the hip. Still keeping it together, 4 tenths back. Jordan White's got to be thinking about the move he wants to make. He's got to be smart enough to be plotting his course. Autopilot's going to be engaged. 4 minutes remaining. Oh! Phaser set to stun on the inside, on the back straight. Couldn't make the outside work last time. Through 9 is a car like that. Oh, use the push to pass. The switchback by Kevin Ospina forces some contact. Jordan White returning to the racing line, leaving the inside open to Ospina. Ospina goes for the switchback himself. That crisscross applesauce led to the confusion of the contact, and away goes Jordan White. Not the cleanest of ways to get a move like that done, but it was. James Leeder secured P3. No practice James driving away. Unbelievable. So I think the record, well, counting chickens before they hatch, obviously. It looks like the statement we made earlier about James Leeder getting beat out by a penguin every race that they have been head to head is still holding true so far. Interesting. Interesting. Wasn't sure what to think about that before, but now that I see it. What else is going on track? Pasha seems to have made his way past Dave Martin. Whether that was a negotiated hurdle or a gate left open, the world may never know. Jaworski is silently driving by himself, it seems. Nothing but the sound of the TT cup to soothe his soul. Closest battle on track, Kevin Ospina and Jordan White. James Leeder about to make his way through him, but not enough time left, I think, to make that any more exciting than it is. It goes a little wide at the end of 5. Not going to influence the close of this race, I don't think. Jaworski coming around the final corner now. He will get this lap and this lap alone. The 127.4. He won't have enough time to do another lap, so this should be the white flag for everybody. No more chances. You may not pass go. You may not collect $200. This is going to be it. One more to go before we have the checkered. Jaworski with a commanding drive. 11 seconds. Actually, I wouldn't say as commanding as some of his other runs, per se. 11 seconds ahead of Penguin. That's not too bad. Penguin separating James by 14.5 seconds. Yulesman with 5 seconds back. Yeah, might be so. James Leeder might be washed up at this point. No practice, James. Might have to start practicing a little bit more if he wants to taste some champagne. Well, excuse me, he's still drinking champagne. He's just not drinking the good stuff. Sparkling wine for James Leeder. No champagne for him yet. Checkered flag. That's Conrad Jaworski. 33 laps into this race. Taking P1, that's going to be Penguin wrapping it up right behind. P2 for him, congratulations, and no practice. James Leeder coming over the crest of 11 on his way through 12 now. Wrapping this one up to the number 13, zero bandwidth liveried car. James Leeder getting a taste of that champagne, drifting his way through turn 1, putting on a little smoke show for us. Evan Hulsman with a hell of a drive in 4th place in the number 23 stock liveried car. Congratulations, Hulsman. A good haul of points for you. Ozzie Wilson with a great drive into 5th place for the number 86 blue, not blue gang, that's a blue Red Bull car. Adrian Pezzolato in the matching 23 of Hulsman with P6. Pasha Patterson in his gold and green liveried zero bandwidth car number 0. on the door, number 18, unfortunately, in the tower. Excuse the confusion. Taking P7, losing out on only one position from where he qualified. Joseph Chow in the number 66 in this thick thigh save lives liveried car in the maroon colored car, number 66. In 8th place, we saw his arduous battle up, down, through the field, and onto a couple patches of curbing and gravel. We got the Smoke Man in P9. Jordan White not having a great night himself, tussling and bustling, spinning around after turn 1 and suffering some damage and having to pit from that. Kevin Ospina with an 11th place finish. Curtis Gregory in 12th. Martin having a moment himself, not having a great race, pitting super early, I think lap 1 or lap 2 if I'm not mistaken, and trying to make a recovery drive work there that just was not possible or tangible. Rookie Fagan in 14th and Nico in 15th now, with Brendan Williams rounding out with the DNF in 16 with something that went terribly long from him. James Leeder driving in and out of the mobile broadcast center booth. Is he trying to get into the chat, I guess? He's bugging me about. James, no practice. Oh. James, no practice leader. How's it going?
Hello.
How do you feel about P3, buddy?
I'm pretty happy with that.
Right?
As considering qualifying and how the start of the race went for me.
Yeah, right?
Track that I really like, and I feel like I have a lot of pace here. And I got into qualifying, and I was like P8.
Yeah.
There were a whole group of people within a couple of tenths. So
I think it was just a couple tenths separating. P4 to P8 was probably only 2 tenths, right?
Yeah, I think it was something like that. I think even like P3 or P2 could be thrown in there as well. But yeah, with the start of the race as well, I think I was just being a little bit too cautious, a bit too careful, because I'd make a couple of like tiny mistakes, and then someone would take advantage of it and jump down the inside, and then just a train of cars would go by. I'd lose 2 or 3 positions and be trying to fight back and gain them back, and then same thing would happen again. I think I dropped back to 9th, and that's when I just decided I'm going to pit early. I was only doing a splash and dash, so I could just pit whenever. Came in early, took my liter of fuel, went back out, and then just seemed to pick people up when they went into the pits. I came out ahead of them.
Yeah, that was really impressive and a great strategy that, I mean, I'm sure you didn't plan on your race starting that way, right? But you were able to make up a ton of positions by just picking them up after the pit cycle. You were just ahead of everybody and just piece by piece. I think Penguin's here. Are you actually here, Penguin?
Yes, I am.
Oh, hey, how's it going, brother?
It's going good.
Yeah. Hey, I heard this funny little factoid that I wasn't aware of earlier before the stream started. I don't know what that was. If you throw out Spa, the first race, right? And your points, Penguin, James Leeder still loses out to Penguin in every single race this season so far.
Really?
And that's what someone said. I haven't confirmed it yet, but someone just mentioned that to me, and they said if you look at it, Penguin has beaten James Leeder on every single match they've gone head to head so far.
That's hard to believe. I don't know.
I'm just here to stir the pot. I'm not here to do anything else, okay?
I could see it. I mean, I don't remember every race.
I'm having a hard time believing that.
I don't know. I mean, the proof is in the pudding here. I mean, not to throw any shade at James, no practice leader, but are you going to have to start practicing now?
I don't know. I think I'm going to have to step up my game.
1 race remaining. Is it even possible for you to challenge Penguin at this point? Mathematically, I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I'm like 27 points back. Is that right? No, 17.
Penguin would just have to have a nasty race.
16 points, I think.
It'd be close. You have to start paying Kevin to take you out. Penguin, how do you feel that your race went? You didn't have the cleanest of events either, from what I could tell.
Are you referring to the pit entry?
Just a lot of stuff that happened. You were battling your way through the field. I thought I saw you having to make your way around. Gosh, who was that? It was
Oh yeah, there was
a lap traffic you had to fight your way through at one point.
Yeah, yep. I had to do it twice. Once before pitting and then another time after pitting.
Yep.
But other than that, it was fairly uneventful on my end. Just hot lapping early.
Yeah, and then Javarsky also doing the same there. So, and you only being 11 seconds back, it seems like there's an opportunity for you to maybe close down that gap. A little bit more seat time if you spend a little bit less time on the stadium tracks and more time here at the rig. You might have had a chance at him, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. I'm on the same boat as James over there.
Everybody's gonna step it up for the last race of the season, get everything they've got right on.
Possibly, yeah. Might get sucked back into the trophy trucks again, though.
Oh, always. We're always gonna get sucked back into the trophy trucks. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about? Anything? I don't think there's much that we needed to see, honestly. I'm gonna kind of let the replay of the race do the talking. I feel like I captured everything. Unless Ozzy needs to get dragged in here. I don't see him. Chat. Won't drag him in here. Anybody else got anything they want to say? Hulsman and Pezzolata were just kind of chilling this time. I didn't see anything that they had going on. Looks like Dave Martin might be salty. I didn't move him from the chat room. I don't know where he went, so I'll go interview him so he doesn't get mad. And I'll drop you guys back off where I found you. Take care.
All right, have a good one.
Sounds good.
I didn't kick you out of the booth. I don't know what happened. But if you got a story to tell, tell it now.
Sorry, I was muted. My mouse fell during my race, and the bottom came off of it. So I've been looking around my room with the flashlight, seeing if I can find the little black piece that covers the battery.
Yeah. Is that what happened to your race?
Oh no, my race. I do not know what happened. I don't know what happened going into the chicane.
It was turn one. It was it was 10A lap 1, right?
10A. I don't know.
Yeah, the entrance to the chicane.
But it felt like I had just enough speed with the slipstream on Conrad to brake on the inside. Yeah. The replay tells all. I have no idea if it was my fault or Conrad's fault, but it felt like I was turned in on. I very much could have just outbraked myself and killed my own race, but if I did that, I'm really happy that I didn't screw up Conrad's race by doing that.
I think from just the quick glance that I had at it, and I think the comments I made in the moment seemed pretty accurate. I think it was a combination of the two. I think Conrad came down towards the apex a little fast and swiftly, and then you also came off the apex a little fast and swiftly. So it was just 2 into 1 don't work. That's what happened.
I don't think I even touched the apex going into that corner. I was pretty sure it was before the corner. He might have been turning in early to cover me off, or
might be. But that might have been it. That might have been it. Yeah.
It just it did not feel like there was any malicious intent. If it was there definitely wasn't. But it's unfortunate. I also ended up taking out Kevin, or he took himself out with the very same ordeal. Definitely felt bad unlapping myself on people, because you really don't want to ruin their race when you're a lap down, but I want to try to still gain as many positions as possible, and just happens.
Yeah, because you also had a pit cycle that people were gonna stumble themselves through, So yeah, you had already taken your pit, and yeah, you're a lap down, making your way through the field. But like you said, you needed to make your way through the field. That way, that pit cycle actually meant something to you, right? And you just weren't getting another lap back.
Well, the pit cycle, yeah, but the pit cycle, my car was messed up from the contact with Conrad. I couldn't turn, so turn 1, I ended up oversteering into the corner, then understeering into the wall in the same corner, and my car was beyond messed up. So I kind of had to just pit and wait for damage to be repaired, you know, and the whole shebang.
And I just read Ozzy's message that he thought tire changes were mandatory. And that's why he was stuck in the pits for so long. And we saw him lose out, I think, 2 positions at least in the pit cycle alone. That means that Ozzy could have possibly been fighting with Hulsman the entire time. Oh, man. Poor guy. Yeah, Tretion saying too. Ugh, rough. And Ospina having a rough one himself. Like you said, he had a moment where he lost it. And there was a quite feisty switchback. I think that was that with you?
With me?
Yeah, I can't remember. The replay or the race director will do the talking, I'd say. I think because I caught a lot of the action. There was a nasty move. And nasty in a good way, right? I think it was Jordan White got it done on Ospina and they had a little side by side. That's exactly what it was. Yep. Hold on, I'm gonna watch this back. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm watching both my incidents back right now, and Conrad one, I don't know. That one's just a little tough one. Kevin one, just both of them just felt like they were racing incidents. Just didn't.
You can see the riding on the pavement. Young kids, they're growing up in basements. Online, a whole new generation. I'ma make mine, so you better go take it.
Yeah, Kevin, that was it. No, it wasn't really a touch. It was more like door bangs. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's up, Jordan?
What's up?
Poopville on me, apparently.
She happens.
I don't know why. 'Cause that's not even my.
Is that why it's starting soon still? Oh, okay.
That's starting soon.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, cough, cough. I would never do something so unprofessional.
Oh, that doesn't happen.
Let's grab the real time real quick. I'm going to throw all this garbage out of the way. We're going to take a look at this. We're going to throw this away, throw that away. Golly, why is all this stuff here? I don't even understand. I am officially the most unprofessional productionist ever. I don't know why you guys keep me around.
Because you're entertaining.
The music is playing. Oh, the music! The music.
It was.
Intro.
Yeah.
My bad. That's an automatic loop thing. I should fix that one day. I'm the best at this. Okay, back to the action. Let's go back to.
Whose car is that?
Wait, what race is this?
Right? Is this your?
Oh, hold on. This way.
Yeah.
Hold on.
These are your fun races, Igor.
What? I was like, what the fuck is that? Oh, goodness gracious. We're not going to go back to the starting soon. We're just going to go straight to the loading screen. I'm going to embarrass myself again. That's fine. That's fine. And auto cam gets turned off now. Oh, wait. Let's grab Martin. Let's grab Dave real quick.
All right.
Then where's Conrad? Is Conrad here?
He is up there. Yeah, I can drag him in.
Yeah. I think it was Conrad, right?
And we have Conrad.
Was that a lap 1 incident between you two, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was not fun facing the other direction.
Yeah, I got by you there, and I was all like, "Oh, that sucks." And part of me was like, "Karma."
Yeah, honestly, when it happened, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I can't
Oh, so
really be
what
that
happened to
upset
Conrad?
because of
Hold
what I
on.
did to Joe, or because of what I did to you, Jordan.
That could have easily been
was like-
avoided if I made turn 1, but me not practicing that, I just ran wide and I bottomed out. Sure.
Gotcha. Because, yeah, I just snapped away for a second and all of a sudden.
Yeah, that could have easily been avoided.
All right, we're watching Hulsman chase you guys down right now. I think this all happened on lap 1, right?
Yeah, it was at the chicane on lap 1, I believe.
It was just a really weird incident.
I was happy I didn't ruin your race though.
Ooh, that's right. I forgot you went for the switchback first. That's how this all kind of came to go down.
Yeah, well, I saw Oswayne was right there, and I was actually not even trying to go for the switchback. I was trying to block off the inside lane for Oswayne, who was faster out of that corner before. And then he missed the braking or messed up the corner, so it looked like I had space. So I was like, all right, I'll try to fight back for this position, see if I can get the switchback exiting the chicane. And it just didn't
Is that
work.
what happened? Did you lock up the brakes there, Heelsman? I mean, not Heelsman. What am I saying? Comrade?
Where?
At the chicane?
Did you get
On
damage
lap
from
1?
that, Dave?
Oh yeah, my car was messed up.
My car had like barely white damage.
Well, you had just door banged, Conrad. That's why you didn't have any much damage at all.
Nah, I don't know if Dave kept getting hit by people.
That was just
hit one
Oswayne,
more.
but
Yeah.
it was enough to completely change the front grip on my car.
All right. We'll chalk that up to another send from Dave. At least there was asphalt involved this time.
At least he didn't try it in the grass.
That's what I'm saying. At least he didn't try it in the grass.
If I broke a little bit early, I would have let him go by because it was lap 1.
Also, it's like going into it, I wasn't really looking to get a position out of it. And even like into the corner, I still wasn't really looking to get a position out of it. It wasn't until he didn't turn in and I was coming in at a fast speed that I thought maybe.
Yeah.
But I was never really trying to overtake you in that corner. That was not my intent.
And I was wondering, like, why are we doing this on lap 1?
Yeah, no, I was not trying to get an overtake right there.
I mean, it could have been super easily avoided if I actually made the first corner.
Well, you not making the first corner is definitely not what caused that.
I think it was.
Would have
this
been
lap?
before that. No, it would have
this
been
one?
before. Maybe this lap.
Oh, I think I jumped ahead too far. Or jumped back too far. Just appreciate this real
You know, if that was for the end, that would have been a good finish.
quick. Yeah, right? Only. Only.
It was definitely fun race with them though.
Oh, yeah, that was good. It was good battling. Guys stayed
No.
close. Ooh. So close between you two.
Yeah, I was worried I was gonna slide out on him there.
guys did it.
It
like,
must
a
be the
couple
lap
times, like-
after the.
Right? Yeah, I mean, I was
'cause
gonna say,
Penguin
like,
will
you guys
get
are like,
by on this
oh,
one.
that's right. Yep. And then Penguin throws him wide, turn 1. Well, not throws him wide, but he looks into his mirror, turn 1, and then Penguin, I think, just kind of spooked him. Because, God, that switchback was, like, disgusting. Because you switched over, then he switched over. Ah. No, come on. Where is it? Come on. Sit through this whole thing if we have to. Oh, this is it. This is it, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Kevin switches right back immediately. And then, yeah, that's like that last second switch.
That's funny.
Ooh.
Oh, I think he wants you to run the last lap back at his onboard when we were side by side.
Run that one back on board. Okay.
Yeah, I cut over to the
Excuse
right
me.
side because I figured I had the speed, so I was like, "All right, I'll take the wide line." And
Yeah, and then he also
I was
had
not
the
expecting
speed.
him to switch back. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, he had the speed. He just couldn't get it slowed. I like that's the crazy part about having to get that done, right? The is having to get that move done. It's like you're there, carrying the speed, you're there, but like, yeah, you just can't get slowed down because now the car is like off balance just a little bit. Happened so many times. You guys were just magnets to each other.
yeah, that was apparently our spot to fight.
Well, I mean, you're both deploying the push to pass right around the same time, I think, on this back straight. Yeah, it was like the best place to get it done.
Well, you come out on third gear right there, so
Yep.
you at least have the acceleration part to make the most of it.
Hop back in the championship chat.
All right. Later.
Have a good one.
Later.
Yeah, that was a good one, Kevin. That's for sure. That was a good one. A lot of good battling, despite the actual podium, but the actual finishes that people got. But I think that is all for me here. Jordan, you got anything else you want to say?
I don't want to see my crashes, so I'm happy with that.
Alrighty. I'll leave you to it.
Have a good one, man.
You too. Alrighty, and since we said have a good one, everybody, that's gonna be it for us here at the Plebian Racing channel. We are ending soon. We've got a few more things coming up. We won't be back at... Excuse me, we will be back at the Small Wheels Championship, but not until the 27th. So not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, we're going back to Lime Rock. It'll be right around the same time that IMSA's at Lime Rock, if I'm not mistaken. No, Lime Rock should be this weekend. I'm all messed up. And July 23rd, we're going to be at Sebring for the World Tour back in the US of A. And August 10th at the Okayama Piper. Check out the description below. Check out our socials links. Check out our Discord, our YouTube, and all that good stuff. And hope you come and join us for the next season. Season 3 is bound to be a spicy one. for the World Tour. And Season 4 for Small Wheels might or might not be back, but look out for some exciting stuff in the future. Take care, everybody, and as always, be